Alright, welcome back to another episode of The Wild Table. This morning we're gonna catch up again with our buddy Trent, and we're gonna head out to May Island to hopefully catch some giant kingfish. Okay, cool. So we're just off the coast of May Island at the moment, which is about a 45-minute ride out of Tauranga. We've just arrived. We're back here with Trent, by the way, who you guys would have seen from the previous video of trout fishing at Lake Rutuiti. Just arrived at a spot that Trent reckons is really good for catching live bait. What are we going to catch out here?
So we're going to be catching blue koheru out here today.
Okay.
That'll be our bait, so we'll get the live bait tank loaded up, and that'll be our kingfish lollipops, hopefully.
Sweet ass. So we're starting the day off, got a little bit of chum in the water, a bit of burley. Obviously for kingfish, one of the best methods of catching them is on liveys, so we're going to try and catch some liveys. We're at about 30 meters of water at the minute.
So a little trick with catching blue koheru,
Yeah.
so don't like the skin.
Is that right?
Yeah, so we just put
So skin off.
skin off, just a little chunk of meat. And the problem with this is they can steal it pretty quickly, but we hopefully catch them when they steal it.
Nice. First fish goes to Jizzy. First fish of the day. My goodness. How many have you guys caught so far? 20? Alright, here we go. Oh, they're a beautiful fish tank. Look at that. Live tank is full. Well, more or less anyway. These are picky bait fish, man. But sweet ass, got enough of those. And now we're gonna go around the other side of the island and try and find some pinnacles, some underwater structure, and see if we can nab a king. And then you're just gonna use the trolling motor just to stay on top of them?
Yep, much like trout fishing, but just on a bigger scale. Let it down, we'll leave it like that until we feel a bite.
And then
We'll let it run, let it run, let it run. Slide that up and hopefully into it.
Cool. Okay, so I've got a nice livey on the line. We've sent him down to about 30 meters depth with a ball sinker on, and just sort of seeing if a king is going to pick it up. On the other side behind me, Trent is trying speed jigging. It'll be interesting to see which one of these two methods nabs the first king. You can feel the bait fish starting to. Oh, there you go. Here we go. Alright, first decent sized fish for the day. But it's not what we're looking for. Still, I'm not going to turn my nose up with a nice snapper. Kind of weird though, that snapper I just pulled up, I didn't even really feel it. Normally on a snapper you can sort of feel the head shakes, and it's quite an easily identifiable fish even when you can't see it. That was just heavy, just pulled it up like a sack of potatoes. But same scenario now, I can feel that live bait going nuts. It's a good sign. Leave her up. Yes, here we go. That is fish on. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. Solid fish, this one. Not that I've caught many kings before, but this is it. Definitely feels like a bloody good fish.
Strong Phil.
Nothing.
Nothing started.
Oh, here we go. I see the speed jigging is stopped over there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is fish. Bloody awesome. I've been hanging out for catching one of these pretty much all summer long. Been trying the harbour day after day, nothing. Sounds like this is where you're gonna come for the kings, eh? Oh. Damn it! God damn it! Text. Shark. Okay, this one is the lucky guy. Beautiful. I would eat that. It's bloody good action around here, that's for sure. So freaking wicked. Here goes the live bait screaming off. That's a good start. Lively live bait. Ooh, there's a fair bit of top water action happening. Come on, take it. Here we go. Reckon it's not going to snap, huh?
No, as hard as you want. I say, line's either coming or going.
Yep. Okay, this time, come on. Come on, baby. Hey, he's taking it more than I can point it in. Come on, mate. Come on. This is a good fish. Bigger than that last one.
Might bring up half a kingfish, I think.
No.
Oh, big one too.
Oh my God. Look at that. Look at that. Clean chumped off, mate. Bloody hell.
Oh wow.
You reckon I could have done more for that one too?
Yeah, we'll get that drag adjusted and we'll get it nice and tight.
Okay.
But that's a good size fish.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're looking for. Well, we caught a king. We're just missing the ish. But on the good news, they're here, and we've still got a handful of liveys left. I think that's probably the fifth one we burned through just now. When I say we, I mean I. But we'll get a whole kingfish on board yet. Oh, he's making a good movement. I like that. You stay away.
Hopefully. Go, snapper out of 55 metres. On a soft bait. Go. Nice.
Let's hope this is lucky number 3 and we actually get him to the boat. The taxes around here are high. 3/4 of your fish apparently. Oh, here we go. It's not as big of a fish as the last one, but at least maybe this time we can get into the boat. Oh, see the fish. Let's see if we can beat the taxman to the race this time around. I wonder if it is a kingfish. It might actually be.
Snapper?
Might be a snapper, huh?
It is a snapper.
It is a snapper. Jeez. What?
Wow.
It's alright, at least we can eat snapper.
Good snapper.
Got that in net.
It's not what we're supposed to be catching, Phil.
It's not. But good thing they're delicious too, eh? Jeepers, look at that. That's a decent snapper, huh?
Mirror snapper, yep.
Crikey.
Bloody beauty, we'll chuck it on the floor, eh? Break it on the cheek. Beautiful fish.
Right. Just, like, I'm pulling, but he's pulling harder. Fuck off. I might have been shocked again.
Yeah.
No, maybe not. Probably so.
Shark.
Man. Sharks are on form today. Jolly, we can get this one to the boat. Dirty meters.
Oh no! Oh no!
Fucking hell.
No!
Sure that rod's not gonna snap. Fucking hell.
Shark bone.
Shark, you ready?
Keep.
Fuck, man.
We might have to move, eh?
Shark, yet again. Yep, it was Kingfish number 5, I believe, just then. So we're gonna shift to a different posse because it's just no point in playing the same game over and over. Jazzy hasn't even had a crack at a king yet. We'll get one. Okay, so after we've fed 5 beautiful kings to the jaws of the taxman, we've shifted location and we're now in how deep of water, Trent?
About 200 meters.
A couple hundred meters down.
Yep.
And so completely different rig. What's this setup?
Yep. So on the bottom, great big sinker, 32 ounce. So that's gonna take 2 little squid bait with circle hooks on them. We'll put some bait on those. And the electric reel will tell us how far down it is. And when we catch a fish, it'll bring the fish up for us. So easy as.
So it's an electric reel hooked up to the battery of the boat?
Yep,
Yeah.
that's right.
Work it.
Yep,
Okay.
too easy.
Cool. So prepared for all eventualities. We might still try for another kingfish later, but in the meantime, if we can take on some blue nose or hapka or what else do you reckon you get on here? Gemfish.
Gemfish, yeah, that's more than likely what we'll get. But they're still really good eating.
Yeah,
Really good eating.
cool. I've seen this before. What have you just done to the
So
Koheru?
that's called butterflying.
Yep.
So it's basically taking the backbone out.
Yep.
So almost like filleting the fish, except not taking the fillet right off.
Yep.
So that's where the backbone was in there.
Yep.
So we're going to hook them up through nice bony part,
Yep.
leaving plenty of hook exposed,
Yep.
and that's going to sit down there and flap away quite nicely.
And what's the purpose of taking the spine out of it?
Gets all those juices flowing,
Right.
plenty of meat and all that sort of thing, and gives it a little bit more movement as well.
Gotcha.
Rather than just being a stagnant fish like that.
Yeah.
Sort of,
And so let's say that there was no baits on these hooks. That little was it not iridescent? Luminescent.
Lumo? Yep, that's Lumo.
That would still catch fish. Might do.
You're better off to have a bit of bait on, yeah. And we've also got a little light which we're going to attach up the top here.
Yep.
So when that goes down, it'll flash away and attract anything.
And what's the purpose of the rubber band on the sinker?
That's so if we hit the bottom,
Yep.
it's stuck.
Yeah. Just easy to
It'll
get it
break
free.
away. Yeah.
Oh, break away.
Break away.
Gotcha. Sweet. Bloody good to know these things.
Usually you use those great big arrow squid,
Yeah.
big huge things, but
Yeah.
this is just what I had in my freezer, so
Yep.
have to do. But generally they're not too fussy, they'll
Just smash it.
pretty much whack anything you put down there.
What we're doing at the minute is pretty much just watching the tip of the rod, and as soon as we see that there's something on it, just flick the electric reel into gear and up she comes. There you go. Curious to see what's at the end of this line. go. Alrighty. So take it down, stick your fingers in there.
Yeah.
Gemfish. Beauty. Tarahiki.
Tarahiki.
Beautiful. Cool, so deep dropping was definitely a success. Got down there, got a gemfish and got a really nice tarahiki on board, which is just awesome eating and obviously makes the day totally worth it. Plus, I mean, paradise out here. Next we're gonna pull up and we're gonna head to another place called Penguin Shoals, and we're gonna have another crack at some kingfish. Right, so we made it to Penguin Shoals. Just drove past a seal sunning himself on the water, which was freaking cool to see. This is pretty much our last attempt at kingfish for the day. So I'm on the speed jig now, which is something I've never done before, so I'm gonna look like a retard for the next 5 minutes. And then I'll master it. Not. I'll probably look a retard for the rest of the day. But quite cool anyway. So we run out of live baits essentially, which is why we're switching to this. Handle up, right up, right down, handle down.
Why did we run out of light bait?
Because you didn't catch enough.
Oh, so it's my fault. So a knife jig's designed to drop extremely fast down to the fish because we're usually fishing pretty deep, and as we retrieve it, it's a jerky motion, so the jig dives and darts all over the place. That's that jerky motion. It looks a bit crazy, feels a bit crazy, but makes the fish bite. Alright, we'll go and look for some leader sign. Plus I need a break.
Easy. Mate, that was awesome. That was what a cool day. Hooked up to some really big kings, and I know we're taking none of them home, but you know what? It really doesn't matter. We got a bin full of fish, and we saw seals, we saw dolphins. I had a really good time. I know Cheska had a really good time. Thank you so much, man.
It's awesome. Glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a really cool day on the water. And like I said, we do have a bin full of fish. There's gemfish, there's tarahiki and snapper in there. So without a doubt, we're going to be able to cook something really nice. And who knows, might even be able to share a meal.
Sounds good. Awesome.
Thanks a bunch, man. I really appreciate it.
Nice sweet.